Welcome back to Carolina Rug Cuddles. Today, we're working on something special. We're not really working on it. We've already done most of the work, but I'm excited, guys. It's the old Honda 6x6, guys. We have finally got all pretty much done. We have some small stuff to do right fast. We got the front shaft in. I think I finally figured out how to make it from hitting the cross beam here, or what you want to call it, the brace. And we got the gearbox in. I think she's gonna hold. I ended up just putting two channels together, holding everything together. That's pretty much what I did. I think it's gonna hold. I mean, it's heavy. We got a U-joint, we got keyways, and honestly, I don't see how this is gonna go anyway. I don't think it's gonna go anyway. If it does, we'll put a brace. I'll keep a watch on it, make sure it don't. Because last time it was trying to spin, but it didn't have all of this. This is heavy, guys. I don't know if you can see just how heavy this is. Yeah, that's not going anywhere. And it's screwed in right to the frame. Like, I'll pick up the whole frame with this thing. And for anybody wondering how different things are, so this is the old shaft right here. See how small it is? Yeah, it's tiny. This is the new shaft. Yeah, that's considerably different. Like, that's 3 times size. That doesn't count that this end is actually beveled down. I'll see if I can find it. I have it somewhere around here. I showed somebody yesterday and it didn't disappear because, like everything, things just vanish around here. So I went and found the spell. So this is the shaft. This is what goes on the end of it. If you look at it, you go, oh, wow, that's pretty thick. Actually, no, it is not. You take, that's just out. There you go. Yep. There's your issue, people. You can look right there. It bevels in, and that's what breaks off every time. Every single time it breaks off in the same exact spot. And because that's where it breaks, look at the difference in the shaft between where it used to break and where it's never going to break again. So I think we're good, guys. We do have a little bit of work here and there to do. Need some wheel bands. I need some axles because the axles are leaking. Because why not? These old cheap Polaris axles, yeah, they're going to break boots. But I'm going to drive it today, guys. I don't care if they break. I mean, we have 6 tires, guys. Anyways, we got to go ahead and put the car back on. Got a new one over there. And then we got to screw this back in. And we need to cut this. I don't know if I have time to do that. That might stay today and come back when I do the wheel bands, which, not this one. I think, yeah, this one right here. Yeah, she gone. But that is the one with the broken hub where one time it went out and it just destroyed the hub. And I've had a hub for a while, just ain't had time to put it on. So I was waiting for the wheel band to go out again because, yeah, it didn't matter. The wheel band was going to be trash anyway. So let's go ahead and put all this together right fast. And then we'll probably play in the mud. Hopefully Napa opens. They won't open earlier. I needed a vent. And guess what? They won't open. They're supposed to be open at like 7:30, 8. I got there at 8:30. They won't open. I don't know if the guy slept in. But anyways, let's go ahead and put this together. Carb mostly in. I've always get the niche carb. Niche? I don't know what the name of it. They always come with one-way check valve. I'm going to show you how it works right fast. If you blow in through the top, you can hear air comes out. Now, if you try to blow in through the bottom, yeah, it does not come out. And that's how it works. It allows gas to come out, but not gas to come in or water to come in. They pretty good. I'm so with trusting them. People like them. I like them too, but I'm not 100% on them. I'm just afraid that it's going to let water in, and then I'm stuck there because I let the ride alone. But we're going to put it on because this time we're going to try this. Normally I have a hose. Where is it? It's somewhere around here. Oh, there it is. There's the old hose that's connected to it. It actually goes up and connects to the bottom of the carb. Yeah, and that's normally how I just, keep it from getting water in it. Anyways, let's go ahead and finish putting this together. Okay, guys, we got her back together. We got everything pretty good. Leaking a little oil where I kind of put too much, but it's fine. Let it drip out. I think we got the 4-wheel drive. We got the carb on. I think we're good, people. So let's start it up, drive around, and see what problems we can find, because you're always going to find at least one problem, guys. But anyways, let me go ahead, and I don't know if I slap on the GoPro. I think I'll just use the camera right fast. Then we'll put the GoPro on once we figure everything out. Well, she still smokes really bad. Good to know, she had to quit smoking. Well, the front ain't going tick, tick, tick anymore, so that's good. So one thing I've noticed is the shaft going to the rear diff is trying to slide out. So I got an idea. We're gonna go ahead and, put it back together right fast. Okay, we went ahead and did it. I've done this with some drive shafts and tractors. You go ahead and put a little hose clamp there and keep it from moving. Because what it is slowly moving off this back, and it's gonna end up breaking if you ain't careful, because it'll get to the edge of the threads. And guys, I think we're gonna have to rebuild the engine. Like, this is where it was sitting a second ago. That's oil, by the way, in case you don't see. It's coming right out the exhaust. Just look at that. Ooh, tasty. So I don't think we're gonna be able to take it in the mud like I was hoping, mainly because it has a miss, a really bad miss. You might be wondering, why does it have a miss? I'll point you to Exhibit A, like I just showed you. Yeah, that's why it has a miss. I think it's just finally gotten too bad. I got a top end coming along with valves because it's been smoking for a long time. And if it smokes more than, I would say, running it like 50 miles, you're probably gonna bend the valve or at least mess up the seat. So we went ahead and ordered all of that. It's coming this week, so we'll be able to take it mudding maybe next week. I mean, honestly, oh crap, the sun. I don't know, but anyways, let's go ahead and drive it around. I'll put it together, put the seat on. I think that hose clamp's gonna hold. If it don't, I don't know. We'll keep an eye on it, guys. Anyways, let me go ahead and slap the rest of it together. Well, let's go drive it around. And I have an idea for the rest of this video, people. I got an idea. Are y'all ready for what we're doing today? We're gonna put the 420 versus the 6x6 300. This is not my 420. This is a buddy of mine. I've been working on it, did the oil change. I need to drive it around, make sure that it actually stays together like I want it to. So why not go ahead and test these out side by side? Which isn't much because we can't take it in the mud because it's not mine. And we don't want to take that in the mud because we don't have a vent in our rear end hill, so that would not be no bueno. Anyway, so we're going to test them out by climbing and a couple things like that. You know, just see the difference between the 6x6 and a 420 stock. Because everybody always talks about how the 420 can outdo the 6x6. It's time to find out. Are they right or are they wrong? Let's do this. I'm telling y'all, getting used to this wide lens is kind of hard. Hopefully that hose clamp will hold that shaft in, because that's what I'm worried about right now. But what can you do, really? Ah! And as always, we have no brakes because all of it's custom from the front to the back, meaning there's just no way to put brakes on it. Which we'll run brakes sooner or later, just not today. Or this year, probably. We also have like 3 broken axles back there, which is no bueno. Let's see if we can climb this hill over here. I think that'd be a good test for both of them. 4-wheel drive on, or 6-wheel drive. Okay, with 4th gear. 4 drives on, I can hear it. Well, she went right up there, no trouble. Well, we shouldn't have let off. Woo! And I think if we could get this thing to run right, like I said, she is just not doing good today. I don't think we got it in on the day, guys. One thing I can say, it's real nice that the front end doesn't go tank anymore. We got that was all finally. Now we can actually go riding speed again, which is really nice because before, if you remember, the front end just went tank every time you went somewhere. I think, oh yeah, I forgot that wheel band. Oh, guys, I think we finally collapsed the wheel band. Ooh, yeah, that was the issue. I was like, what's that noise up front? Ugh, we've collapsed the wheel band. How's the back end doing? Oh, it didn't move. I think our little thing's working. Anyways, well, ladies and gentlemen, I think she's ready for some mud. I think we still got to get that front end, not the front end, but the engine fixed, because as you can see, she just doesn't have power. She bogs down, she's just weak. And we have like multiple broke axles. Which one is it? This one I think is gone. And one of these is also gone. And all of these are leaking, so we really need to buy a whole set of them. I gotta figure out where I found them. These are fairly cheap. I paid nothing for them. And they've been on it since I put it together. So maybe I can find another set like these. I think I paid $50 for 2, which again, not good axles, but hey, if you're like me, you're just gonna break them all the time, might as well have some fun. Anyways, let's go ahead and jump on the Rancho and drive it around, because I don't think I've ever really driven a Rancho, at least not in a while. Anyways, let's jump on it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I just did the dumbest thing you can do in YouTube history. I just rode around for 15-20 minutes with the camera off. You heard me right. Camera was off, meaning I just got all that footage, but I wasn't recording it, so I didn't get no footage. Okay. Oh, God, I hate my life sometimes. I am having bad luck.
Anyways, let's climb this hill, see what we got. I'm gonna reenact some of this, guys. Woo! 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 Yep. I'm telling you guys, the Rancho Hill is pretty good. I've been driving around for a while now on accident, and let's just say she's pretty nice. I'd love to get me a little Rancho, but at the same time, for the price people want for these, I'll just get a new Rubicon 500, and I like the Rubicon. And again, one thing I do like about these, and the Rubicon ain't much bigger, but the 420 right here and the 450 Grizzly I have are very nimble machines. They just feel nimble. And the reason I'm driving this thing around, guys, is because last time I drove it around, I hit a bump and it just cut off. So I want to make sure dang well it makes it. But I think we just had bad gas, and we hit a bump, and then the nozzle that the ejector line plugs into had a crack in it. I think it was losing fuel pressure. But hey, I think it works now. We're pretty good. And it's sad we can't take the 6x6 out more. I'm thinking that we just don't have the power left because, you know, the engine is literally pushing all out the top. At least I hope so. Because I don't think there's much more of a gear reduction. I mean, we can build some portals, but I don't know. It just depends on how much people are really looking forward to it. Okay, that's about all we're going to do with this thing. I'm afraid that we might break it, and I've already drove it around enough. We'll put it over here, we'll do a thumbnail. You know what? I'm not gonna do a thumbnail like that. I was gonna be like Honda Rancher versus 6x6, but the 6x6 didn't really drive, so I don't know if that's the best choice. So let's go ahead and load on the trailer. That way the guy can come get it. Oil's been changed. It runs now. It doesn't seem to be having an issue. Put in the comments, what should we do next? Should we get the 6x6 some makeover? Go ahead and dang, these things suck. And go ahead and make it bad to the bone, some portals, some 35s, maybe not 35s, more like, maybe, I don't know, 31s, 32s maybe? I don't know, I don't think, even with portals, I think we're gonna run out of power. And how y'all liking this new GoPro with the wide lens? Do you like it? You hate it? I'm kind of getting used to it. I'm hoping the footage looks good. Again, it's hard to tell when you're the one recording. So the 6x6 will be getting some love. I gotta put the wheel bearing in. That's the biggest issue right now. The wheel's about to freaking fall off, and that's no brand. We do not want the wheel to fall off. But we got the really expensive gearbox in. The shafts seem to be fine. I hear a lot of noise, but I really think it's the axles. Let's see if we can push it back. And I guess I'll pull my phone out for this, guys. Oh, we pushed it back, and there it is. That's no brand. That one's coming off, and I think one of the other ones, that one right there was ripped in half too. So we actually have less good axles than we have bad axles. So that's not good. So let me go ahead and put this up. I mean, honestly, guys, I'm pretty happy with this. We still have some stuff to do with it. We're gonna go ahead and rebuild the engine this week. All the parts should be here. We need to go ahead and cut this piece off. I totally forgot about that. The gearbox looks like it's in a good place. Somebody's gonna say, look at that angle. The angle's fine. That's how the old angle was. And it's actually, it was fine then. It's fine now, I would assume. And other than that, I think we get these axles put in sometime. I don't even know. I might just drive till the axles break clean off. Well, actually, no, I think I'm going to BUSCO with this soon. Yeah, we might need to go ahead and put the axles on. And we definitely need a wheel bearing, because that sounds rough. I kept hearing a weird noise in the front end. I said, oh man, my gearbox, because we just rebuilt that, is messing up. Oh, no. It's just the wheel about to fall off. So let's put this thing up. It's just crazy how far the 6x6 has came since we, oh my gosh, my camera's filthy. I mean, when this thing started, it was chain drive, people.
Flashback.
Okay, boys and girls, we finally got the chains on. Look, there's one, there's two. Have I moved it yet? No. I gotta clean up all this junk just to move this thing, but we got it together.
End of flashback.
And then we shifted it to the transfer case of the Honda. We broke the real deal. Definitely a bad idea. I mean, it walked and it did a good job, but that little shaft, as I showed you earlier in this video, no brano. But now I think this is the final form, people. I'm gonna go ahead and say if we break that shaft, something wrong. That's an inch shaft. There was no way we were gonna break that. We might break something else, which it's good because this is the main drive line. Anyways, I promised people we'd have this out this week. Didn't happen. Let me show you what happened, guys. I was redoing the snorkel so we could take it through the mud. As you can see, all the snorkel stuff off. Yep, bad. Not bad. My local hardware store had most of it. They were missing 2 pieces. And it was on a long piece about this long. From my head to heel. About that long, people. So I decided I'm going to cut it in half and put a boot in it, and voila, I won't have to need those pieces. I went to cut it in half, and the piece that fell, which is the piece I needed, exploded. And now we had to order it. It had to come from Amazon. It's going to take a while. We also have a broken boot, as you can see. But it looks, if you look at the boot, though, I have another one. I'm hoping it will work because this is flat. I think we can make this work. And it's right there where it actually connects. So we could probably clean it up. But we do have a boot in case we can't fix it, guys. We have a little bit of everything sitting around, to be honest. Anyways, guys, I hope you like this video. I'm going to take this rancher to the guy who owns it. And honestly, guys, I'm just glad we finally have the 6x6 done. We got the 6x6 done. The Maverick is up and running as far as I know. It was running 3 days ago when I moved it here and started taking the snorkel off. So it's like, man, we are just getting somewhere. Finally, things are coming together. I was really hoping to have the 6x6 in the mud, but once that wheel started going clank, 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 I'm like, probably not the best idea. And I'll go ahead and I ordered the rebuild kit Monday. I was going to order it today. I have it in my cart, but it ain't a reason to worry. It's not going to move. It's going to be healed Wednesday, so I won't work on it until next weekend, so it'll still be healed. And the Maverick stuff should be healed Monday, so we should have the Maverick in the mud hopefully next week. Fingers crossed, God. I said that this week, but you see what happened. Anyways, guys, like, comment, subscribe, and next time you see the 6x6, it's going to be rebuilt, and it's going to be in the mud. Hopefully, she can spin the tiles. I think the engine rebuild was really going to help. I think that is our issue. I'm praying that is the issue. I don't see what else could be the issue. She is just so low on power right now. And honestly, if you see how much she's smoking, she's pushing all the oil out. She can't have a lot of compression. Anyways, guys, as always, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.